welcome back to Faster Than Light. This is part 2. Believe we were just getting ready to jump to our next sector, so let's get to it. So we can either go to a Mantis controlled sector or Rebel controlled sector. I think we might go to the Mantis ones, because at least the Rebels, at least the Mantis aren't actively looking for us, they're just going to attack us if they find us. Alright, let's head off. You've entered a poorly charted area of space that's known to be home to the Mantis. Ensure your hull plating is up to scratch and that you have enough fuel in the tank to make it through. And let's head downwards. See what the go is. The only thing this beacon offers is a view of deep space and a brief respite from battles. For some, this must be a welcome refuge. And let's continue on, jumping downwards. Oh dear, a star. Who knows why the Mantis would venture so close to a sun? Perhaps it makes for more of a challenge. Alright, so we're going to attack the shields with that, and attack the shields with that. Excellent. Looks like everything's going to plan here. But we have got a fire broken out, so these guys are he's gonna have to defend that himself. We've already destroyed the ship, so we're just gonna jump out as quickly as we can. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material: 2 fuel, 2 missiles, and 21 scrap. We'll send him in to repair it. Alright, we're jumping straight away to a distress beacon. We don't want to, stay where it's fire. You arrive at the distress beacon near a small asteroid belt and find a ship with pirate markings partially crushed between 2 large rocks. It must have been illegally mining in the belt without proper equipment. We could try to dislodge the ship by shooting at the rocks, or destroy and loot the ship. They're just pirates. We'll try and dislodge it. You fire a few volleys into the rock and it starts to shudder and break apart. Without shields, the pirate ship takes a beating, but eventually pulls free. They thank you for your assistance. 2 missiles, 1 drone part, and 23 scrap. Right. You can go repair that with him. So we can see what's on fire. Oh right, so there's a bit of fire happening here. Okay, so you can go into your engineering space. You can go into shields, you can go into your weapons. And we'll boot up 2 more powers. Alright. Next, let's start to escape, because it looks like they're after us. You're immediately hailed by an impressive looking Mantis ship. Your ship would make a mighty fine prize. Prepare for battle. Alright, so this time our heavy iron is going to attack the shields. Our burst laser is going to attack that. We're going to switch them on auto fire, and because they have a crew teleporter, it means that they are going to send guys over here. So we're going to send our guys straight into the med bay and start venting this ship to space, except for these 2 compartments here. So it restricts their fighting to the areas that are obviously open. So it restricts them to either fight in the cockpit and the med bay. And if they're fighting in the med bay, my guys keep getting healed, they're going to lose. There's no ifs, ands or buts. Might actually focus my burst laser on their teleporter so they can't get out. You pick up more chatter from the enemy ship. You know what? Forget this. Prepare for retreat. Looks like they're preparing to make a hasty getaway. Well, we got him. The ship breaks apart and you move in to scrap up the remains. Alright. So these guys are going to have to rush here. I'll get these guys here to rush to there to try and fix them up. We'll just made it. So oxygen is going up because we managed to... So if you guys didn't notice, there was a hull breach in the oxygen. So obviously bad. But once these guys are done, we can heal that up, and you guys can do that. So we're going to sit here a little bit until our oxygen gets most, if not all the way up. And we'll put our guys back in their selected spots, so you can go back into your cockpit, you can go back to your shields, gunning and engines. Okay, let's see how much shields are going to cost us. It's going to be 50, 100 there, so I can't quite afford an upgrade in shields, but I could afford an upgrade in engines, so we might grab an upgrade in engines. And we can't do that. Okay. So our evade is now at 25%, so we're going to evade 25% of shots launched at us, so that's always good. Now that we've got enough oxygen, we're going to jump onto the next sector here, or system. Oh, it's an asteroid belt. You arrive in an asteroid belt to discover that a rebel automated scout has been stationed here. Prepare for a fight. So because they've got no shields, they're going to get hammered by these, by everything really. Well, I can just, yeah, nice and easy. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. 1 fuel, 1 missile, 23 scrap. And we're ready to jump out. So we're going to head upwards now. We just have to keep ahead of the rebels, so it's not too difficult. There's nothing here but space debris and some uninhabitable planetoids. Can afford another evasion here, so we're now at 30% evasion. I like to get to about 50%. You arrive in an asteroid belt to discover that a rebel automated scout has been stationed here. Prepare for a fight. You can attack that. You can attack that. There we go. Nice and easy one again. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. 3 fuel, 2 missiles, and 27 scrap. And let's jump away to a distress beacon. Your cockpit lights up with warning signals. You are being targeted by a nearby ship. The distress call was a lure to attract unwitting ships into weapons range. You prepare for a fight. So we're going to switch off our auto fire here because it is a substantial enemy now. And we're just going to... I'll be pausing it quite a bit so that we can kind of take out what we need to. So now we're going to attack weapons and that. And our heavy iron is always going to be attacking their shields. Shields are still down, so we're going to attack their oxygen. Bursting on that. And taking that out. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. 1 missile, 1 drone part, and 31 scrap. Alright, So we're going to take one power off our engines and add it to shields. So now we've got double shields. And we can jump... I jump up to there. A derelict and still smoking Mantis vessel floats by. The battle must have been recent. Its surviving crew beam aboard. Prepare for a fight. So again, nice and easy one here. We're going to send all these guys here. We're going to vent our ship to space. Might even lock off this part here just in case. Because yeah, he's going to try and fight me in here. Which is fine. I might just have to make a run for it. Yeah, so again, not too bad. We'll lock off all our doors here. And open it up so we can get oxygen circulating. Emma can go back into the cockpit. Zimu to shields. Martin to guns. Ares to engine. And let's jump downwards. Alright, so where are we now? You overhear Manta's comm chatter. Agreed, next ship is your turn. Good hunting. They don't see you yet. We can attack or attempt to remain concealed. We're going to attack them. And again, so I'm going to do the similar thing. We're going to send all three of these guys into there, because again, they've got a crew teleporter, meaning they're going to send some guys to try and board me. Okay. Heavy ion is going to aim on the shields, and we're going to wait for the rest of them. Okay, that can take out the piloting, and that can take out that. Alright, so everyone looks good here. Gonna send them all back to their stations. Heavy laser ready. Too easy. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material, 2 missiles, 1 drone part, and 33 scrap. So now we can afford another one of those. We can upgrade our engines again. So back up to 30% evade, and with 2 lots of shields. I'm going to head down here now, because the rebels don't seem to have made it just quite yet. You spot a small rebel ship nearby. It appears to have been refitted for transport rather than combat. It does not seem to want to engage you and your ship. Demand the surrender or avoid them. We're going to demand it. You prepare to secure their cargo by force. They look like they don't want to fight. They're trying to escape. So, heavy ion on that. So our first aim is going to take out the cockpit or the engines with our heavy laser. The moment our ion fires. Excellent. That one there and that one there. Heavy ion still on the shields. Take out their engines next. Burst laser. Excellent. You detect faint life signatures from an intact piece of the hull. They were transporting prisoners, and the sole survivor offers to join your crew as a first step on his path to get revenge. 1 fuel, 1 missile, and 16 scrap. So we'll do it, and we get a Mantis. Fantastic. So these guys are really good at attacking other ships. So I need to get a teleporter, which will appear here. So that's going to cost me 75 scrap to get. So I need to find a shop pretty quick, so I can get one of those and start getting extra scrap. You've arrived at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. You arrive in this sector and are greeted by a science vessel waiting by the beacon. They hail you. We find ourselves low on fuel and have a proposition. We can trade 2 fuel for 3 drone parts, but we don't want to because we're not using drones. So that'll cover us off here. We're ready to go to the next sector now. I hope you guys have been enjoying this. See you later.